All right, we're back. The dog's still out there. There's really nothing I can do at this point. It's just, I fucking hate it. I can't. I'm trying not to fucking freak out, but Jesus Christ. Anyway, hi guys. It's the Hatening It Toop. Hello. I'll tell a story today about an arson in my neighborhood from a while ago. So 2 winters ago, I was dating a girl and it was pretty late at night, and we were up in my room trying to go to sleep, 1 o'clock type of shit. And we're laying there watching TV, and then all of a sudden, we hear just a car horn just being laid on, right? Just a solid stream of sound. That time of night, weekend night, blah, blah, blah. That means either someone OD'd in their car or someone's passed out drunk on the steering wheel, right? And give it a couple seconds, that turns into about a minute. And then my girlfriend was like, look, you need to go figure out what's going on because it's bedtime, basically. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll be the only one on my street that's going to do anything. That's stupid, but whatever. So, and it's January. It's winter. It's fucking cold. So I go through the arduous task of applying all my layers. And as I'm doing this, we see flashing lights going the wrong way down my one-way street. And so I basically was like, oh, they're going to handle it, whatever. And then my girlfriend was like, nah, man, you're already fucking up and dressed. Just go fucking see what's going on. I was like, man, all right, whatever. So I go downstairs and I go outside, and it's really foggy. It's really misty looking, foggy and shit, which was kind of weird, but I don't know, whatever. And so I walk on the sidewalk a little bit and go up towards where I see all the lights, and it just looks like there's a bunch of there's 2 fire trucks up there, and so it's I don't really know if it's someone is dead or there was a fire or something. I don't know, whatever, and so I don't really think anything of it. And I go back inside and I report what I had seen, which was not a good enough description of what's happening, and was told to go back outside and see what's actually happening because now she's curious. And so I go back outside and I'm just kind of standing on my fucking porch, looking around, and I don't see anything. There's just a bunch of smoke and shit coming from up the street, and so there's obviously a car fire of some sorts happening, but that sucks, but doesn't really have anything to do with us. So I'm kind of just standing out there, giving it enough time to where I can go back in because it's fucking cold. And so I look, just kind of hanging out on my porch, and I glance over at my neighbor's house. I live in a row home, and then the row homes are broken up by single standing houses. You know what I'm saying? So there's 4 or 5 row homes, single house, 4 or 5 row homes, single house. And I look over at one of the single houses that is occupied by an older lady, and I see a very vibrant, bright orange glow coming out of her window. And it kind of catches my eye. I don't think anything of it. And then I realize that's weird because she's definitely asleep, and I doubt she has candles out on her porch or whatever. So what the fuck is that? And I look again and realize I'm seeing the reflection of a fire in her fucking yard or whatever, right? So I go into her front yard and I see that there are, 2 trash cans, 2 plastic trash cans that have sizable fires in them, right? The entire base of these trash cans are lit on fire, and they are on her covered wooden porch. So I grab them both and try to pull them off the porch and pull them onto the sidewalk, if not just into her yard, to get them to not burn her fucking house down. So I start banging on the door and she's not answering. There's these 2 fires. I go to pull the cans. I pull one can out and I'm able to kind of stomp it down, but it's taking a while to stomp out. And then the other can, I cannot get out. And it's melting through the plastic of the can, and there's just a fire on the ground now. And it's bumping out all this fucking crazy smoke, and I'm starting to cough, all this shit. So I go back to her door and I'm like pounding on it and I'm yelling for her. And she's basically like, she's older. And so she hears someone banging on her door and she essentially like tells me to fuck off. And, and I think she might have hearing aids or something. I don't fucking know. And so I'm banging on the door and nothing's happening. And then my neighbors across the street, now there's more commotion happening, right? So then they poke their head out the window. They're looking around and they're looking at me and I'm like, there's shit on fire. I'm trying to get her attention. So now my across the street neighbors are yelling at her to come outside because there's something going on in her yard, right? Now, I then go inside my house and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm going to get a bucket full of water and pour it on her shit. But I'm like, wait, this is going to take a really long time and that's fucking stupid because the fire department is just literally up the street, right? So I go back outside and I run up the street and I grab one of the firefighter guys and I'm just like, hey, there's more fire down the street. And the guy's like, wait, what? Are you serious? And I was like, yeah, these trash cans are on fire. I don't know what's going on, but it's like old lady's house. Like there's a fucking fire down there. So the guy's like, oh shit. Okay. So then he jumps in one of the trucks. They come to my end of the block. The other truck is still up there dealing with like these smoked out cars. Right. So now they're parked in front of my house and there's more emergency personnel showing up right on my block. So then now they extinguish the fire that is spreading like in her yard area from that can that I couldn't put out, and it's completely melted through. There's like melted plastic shit everywhere. Like it fucking smells gnarly. It took so long to get that smell off of me, right? And so then now they're banging on the door and she comes outside. So then I go inside, tell my girlfriend what's going on. She again informs me that I have to go back outside and see what's going on, but she will not leave my room. And so then I go outside, kind of standing there. Fire marshals show up, ambulance shows up, cops show up. My neighbor's freaked out because she thinks this might be like a targeted arson attack. I go and talk to a fire marshal. As I'm talking to a fire marshal, my another across the street neighbor pokes his head out the window and he's like, hey, there's more fire over there, and then just points into an alley. And then we're like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then we walk towards this alley and it's just like, there's a huge pile of trash, like trash cans for trash day, that are just completely on fire. And then further up this alley, there's a mattress that is also completely on fire. And so the fire marshal and the fire personnel are just like, Jesus fucking Christ, right? So now they're rushing over there to put out these fires, and cops are coming in and out. A shit ton of fire personnel are coming in and out. No one really knows what's going on at this point, but like almost all my neighbors are out. It's like I said, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning on like a Saturday in fucking January. So it's cold as shit, dark as fuck. My neighborhood is predominantly like older people. You know what I mean? So a lot of older people are poking their heads out, coming outside, seeing what the fuck's going on. One of the fire marshals asked me to like stick around just to kind of like not be interviewed by him, but like tell him like what I saw, because whatever. And so then I stick around and I talk to this fire marshal, and it turns out that there was a stolen car up the street who someone tried to ditch and then burn to destroy whatever evidence, because I guess they had been robbing places. So they burned the car that they stole, and then they decided to burn the car next to that car, right? So burn 2 cars. And then as they were running down the street, they just started lighting other shit on fire, including my neighbor's trash cans and then trash cans in this alley and stuff, right? So they just left this string of fire, basically. And if you are in Baltimore, then it's worth noting that this was like around the same time that there was a string of like arson attacks. Attacks is maybe a strong word. There was a string of arson events in like greater like Charles Village area. Like someone burned a pride flag that was attached to someone's house that later burned down a couple row homes. There was like a lot of like trash can on fire stuff, like dumpster on fire stuff. I think like a car or 2 was lit on fire at some point. So there's just like a lot of arson stuff happening. And this was like one of the larger ones. So everyone's kind of freaked out and on edge. And and yeah, so like after, you know, everything kind of settles down, like I go back inside, I take a shower, go to bed. I wake up the next morning, someone's knocking on my door. It's my neighbor. She's in tears, like thanking me for saving her life and saving her house from burning down. And I mean, I probably did, but I'm not going to be like, yes, I'm a hero. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. And like, we're very close now because of that incident, you know, like we talk all the time and we became very close, but like, she's still like very grateful about it. And it, you know, like, I guess it really is a thing where like, if I like wasn't sort of like nagged to go outside and be nosy, then like those trash cans would have melted on her old wooden porch that would have then caught her entire porch on fire. And she has all these plants and they would have caught on fire, and she's like upstairs because she was like also sick. Like she would have definitely died. You know what I mean? But yeah, and that was also within like, I think that was like right around my like year mark of living in this house too. So it was like a kind of like an interesting way to show myself to my neighbors who I haven't really met yet. Because then like for a couple days and weeks after, I would kind of like run into people walking around. They'd be like, oh, you're the guy that saved blah, blah, blah's house from burning down. And I'm like, you know, walking back from the liquor store, like half drunk, like, yep, that's me. But yeah, so that's that story. Yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you so much. Andrew and I really appreciate it. If you like the show, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, have them do the same. If not, just keep on listening. It's pretty cool too. But yeah, take care of yourself and the people around you, and don't forget to tell your friends you love them.